My thought is, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, because if you go in the ground and Jesus doesn't come back for another 500 years, you're pretty much in the same condition as if you'd been cremated. So whether it happens in an instant in a fire or over a few centuries of being in the ground, I don't know that it really matters. Because whenever we're resurrected, God's going to give us new bodies anyway.
Right.
So that's
I said,
where I stand.
I've always, thought about like ashes to ashes, so.
Right.
Yeah. And the price difference nowadays is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting cremated.
I would imagine in biblical times, anyone who was doing cremating was doing so out of, that the Israelites at least would have been aware of, would have been doing so out of some sort of a pagan ritual. The Viking funeral and things like that. That's where they launch a flaming arrow at a boat with a body on it, which sounds pretty cool, but they're doing it as some sort of a religious ritual. But today we do it for economic reasons, even environmental reasons. You can't afford a plot, and there's nothing idolatrous about it. So yeah, like he said, our saved ancestors from generations ago are in the same condition as that were buried and that were burned.
Well, we've got all our plots and everything, so it's not that, but,
I do think the onus is on us in how we treat the cremains. I don't think, I think you still need to have, there needs to be Jesus involved in the burial.
right.
I don't think having someone cremated, then go dumping them in the Leon. I don't think that's, I don't think that honors the body, and I don't think it honors God's creation as a human person. But as far as just the act of getting cremated, I mean, I've done funerals where the grandma was cremated and buried right on top of her husband, and she did it because it was $800 instead of $10,000 for a funeral, But I would have had a problem if they would have said, "Hey, can we go blow her off the hill?" I think that that's still a body that's going to be resurrected and glorified, and I think the onus is on the church to treat those cremains with the utmost dignity and respect that we would treat a body that is, got all the chemicals and everything in and been preserved. So, but the act of cremation, I don't see it as being a problem.
Scripture doesn't say anything about it one way or the other, does it?
No.
No, I mean, Christian burial is more of a cultural thing for us.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything scriptural that specifically says don't cremate or you must bury like this. So.
I mean, it is scriptural that the early Israelites cremated people who they thought were unclean outside their camp, and that was the way that God told them to do the bodies. But even then, they buried the remains. They didn't just let it go in the dust.
I mean, I hear the biblical principle of imago Dei, that we don't forget that this is someone made in the image of God, and that's not just the soul, but the body, right? The soul is departed in some sense, but the body remains, and that's the image of God too. So right, you don't blow it off a hill and treat it as one with the earth, pantheistically or something like that.
I think personal preference has a big play in it too.
Yeah.
Some people just don't want to be cremated. I'm one of them.
It creeps me out. I don't know why. I can give you a good reason for it. It does creep me out. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom wasn't cremated. I'm just saying, as far from a theological standpoint of
Right.
being cremated,
Right.
I don't see it as antichrist.
Well, you would
anti-Christian.
think that if it was that important, God would have put something in the Bible directing us.
Not going to stop God from being able to resurrect
No.
you, which is a concern
No.
I've heard before. Which honestly is, I mean, we can laugh about it, but it expresses a pretty deficient theology of God's omniscience, or I'm sorry, omnipotence. I think
Right.
that we're going to create some obstacle and ruin our salvific promises on a technicality.
And there's a
found
lot
God's
of,
Achilles heel.
There were a lot of saved soldiers that went down in battleships.
Yeah,
There's a lot of dead people on this earth that never made it to land.
right.
Right.